Action! Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to the Christmas edition of Beacon Banter. Jacob, it's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, hell and this year definitely goes together. How was 2022 for you?
It wasn't too bad. We managed to do some filming, of course. Socials were back.
Yeah. We've done, we did the meal, which you've been to before, but we did the casino night and the barbecue, which, what do you think?
Casino night, you know, a bit of fun, gambling and a bit of drinking, all above board.
Of course, yes. Licence.
The rest of us?
Did you win anything?
Well, I won some money, but Stu came in and steamrolled and took the majority of the prize money.
He just basically, you might as well, I just had the tin, I just went, there you go. But no, it was about 85, 90 quid to Beacon, which was good. And the barbecue, which, when it was sunny...
There was a bit of sun, but it was a bit spotty in the afternoon, but I think everyone had sort of scarpered by then.
Yeah,
so
but you enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it. It was a lovely time.
Cool, yeah, and we've done, as you said about the filming, we've managed to get quite a few 80 Degrees episodes. We did the DV mission, and we're doing this as well. So quiet, but I do think Beacon has sort of just kept going this year, despite everything.
Chugging along.
Chugging along, yes. Okay, my friend, well, it's great to have you on this special show. And this, as you see, is our new set. What do you think about the walls? Don't... Jacob, don't touch the set anymore. Sorry about that. We should be fine now. One thing actually missing from the set, and I know this was your department, I mean I did everything else, was the Christmas tree.
We have a tree.
No, Jacob, I mean it's white for a start. I want a proper tree, a green tree. So where is it?
I guess I'll have to go get one. So
quick. Okay. Well, goodness knows what kind of tree Jacob is going to bring back. But anyway, let's get on with the show. And my first guest has had more on his plate than just buying Christmas trees and preparing for this time of year. He's been pretty busy buying nappies. My first guest is Ryan Brady. Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Stephen.
You seem very fresh-faced for the fact that... How long have you been a dad now? How long is Lincoln?
8 weeks. But I've only just got up, so I could explain why I'm fresh-faced.
So how's he been?
Yeah, he's been alright. He's very hungry, and imagine anyone that's had a boy would probably agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's alright. He's very happy, smiles a lot.
It's been like trouble-free then? He's just been really good at night? And
He's not trouble-free. I mean, he's there's been times where he's been a bit louder than other times. It's just random. But yeah, pretty much the last 2 weeks have been really good.
So if I'd said to you 5 years ago, oh Ryan, you'll be a dad in 5 years' time, would you have laughed, or was it always part of the plan?
5 years ago, yes. About 3 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It's been in the back of my mind, but I didn't think I'd ever have my own. I thought I'd adopt or do something along those lines. But yeah, I probably would have spat in your face and laughed.
And now you have become a dad. Is it like the best thing? Are you really?
Yeah. No, it's easy really. And if I didn't have a really good partner, I don't think it would be as easy as it is. But luckily, we've both just gone in and been quite relaxed about it. He doesn't stop us from doing the thing. I mean, we want to go out and get pissed, but we can't just both go and do that.
Yeah.
As anyone would know.
And what's his full name?
Lincoln Lorenzo Brady.
Okay, so we know where Brady comes from. Lincoln, whose choice was that? Or where?
Both of ours. Link from Zelda.
And Zelda is part of what?
What's a game?
Oh, it's called Zelda.
Oh. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Lorenzo, you like that?
It sounds cool.
It is pretty cool. So you're living in Portsmouth.
Yeah, North End.
But not for much longer. And I hear rumour of you living in a field. Now,
Not living in a field.
So, go on, explain what your plan is. What's going to happen?
So yeah, we've been gifted some land from Bex's side, and yeah, we're just gonna plan to build a house and yeah, just be a recluse.
How do you go about doing that? How do you?
Well, I mean, you got to part with a lot of money because it's been gifted to us. We haven't bought it for what it's worth, so we've saved there, and also we've sold the house, so the equity there we can use for fees for We probably need a conveyancer to go in, architect. We've already designed the house, but an architect will still have to go in. And
How big is the land?
2 acres.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't want to build. If you ever, I imagine you'll see it one day, but it's got its own dell part. So we're going to go in that pit and have the house sort of. We didn't see it. Be sort of submerged.
You really want to be hidden, don't you?
Yeah, trees all around it. It's like, yeah, it's really cool.
So you're on paternity leave, I'm presuming, at the moment from work. So remind us what your job is at the moment.
I'm a tutor, creative skills tutor for the University of Portsmouth. That means basically someone who teaches software-based, well, just applications and some camera training as well.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, well, it's basically doing teaching what I already do to people who want to learn it.
Yeah.
Because it's a tutor, I'm not, being made to go in a classroom, set times or anything else. I can choose to if I want to, but I don't want to do that.
So you can just have individual students?
I can have individual students or a small group, and they email myself to organise a meeting and go through about, I think it's 9 applications I teach. So it could come from any school. It could be architecture, it's mainly film and TV, but it could be from any faculty really. So
have you got any funny stories?
Yeah, so when I started the job, so it's the first academic role I've ever done, so I made sure to conduct myself a little bit more appropriately than previous jobs. I'd go and sit at my desk, and I just come back from a viewing it for a flat because I wanted to move to Portsmouth to be closer to work. So I took some pictures of the flat that I was looking at, and I was going to share it with my sister, and I sent them to her on Facebook, and I don't even know, a conversation on Facebook. Yeah. You can see all the media that you've shared with each other, and I told my colleagues in the office and said, by the way, I'm looking at that flat, it's really nice, all this stuff. They said, we'd love to see it. I then double checked to make sure that all these pictures that were taken were all sequential and that they weren't going to start to play random things that my sister sent me, because she'd been known to send me some vile things. And they came over, and they were going, it's a lovely dining room. Oh, the kitchen, really nice stuff. They got to the 4th picture, and again, okay, I thought, fine, brilliant, fine. It seems fine. And I counted 11 in my head because that's how many pictures were. And I thought, I can't go any beyond that. Yeah. I didn't have to get to that number because I didn't know there was a shuffle button on this thing. And that's what it was doing. It was shuffling the images. It just happened to be a coincidence that the 4 images that it showed were actually in the order that I first saw. It then played a porn video of a large black woman farting on 2 skinny white girls. Luckily they only got second glimpse, because I then skipped forward to the second one, which was a picture of a girl's lap and the camera angle trying to focus between this girl's legs. This was my sister's ex-partner trying to make her jealous or something, and that's what I had to show these 2 colleagues. Luckily one of them found it hilarious and went and just cried in laughter for 10 minutes on the chair. I was absolutely embarrassed. I tried to laugh it off, but I couldn't. And the other lady, a very stern German lady, just went back to her desk and didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. Just looked at her computer monitor.
Yeah, she can't unsee that, right?
No, I couldn't unsee their reactions. But yeah, that was my first impression for these.
It does remind me of a story with a colleague, which I won't mention. It was many, many years ago. It was in the days of VHS editing, and we had like tape to tape, and VHS tapes, and the students had wanted to borrow a tape to film on. It was the King Richard School kids, so they were all still at school, and I took them on a Wednesday afternoon, and I gave them what I thought was an empty VHS tape for them to tape over. Right at the beginning, off they go. What I'd forgotten was that one of my colleagues had decided he took loads of photographs of his wife naked, and there was a photograph of his wife adorning a mountain like this, completely naked, and he decided to film some of these photographs. He wanted to make a video of it. I'd forgotten about it. So they came back with this tape. I put it in the machine. I rewind it back. Them and all the teachers there as well, 8 kids. I press play and look at them to see they're going to see their footage, and all of them just go like that. And of course, there's everything. Do you think I can hit the stop button? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Jump out a window at that point.
Just utterly embarrassing. So, believe it or not, it's 15 years since you first stepped into Beacon. That's quite scary. That I think it's 16 years, but I think it was 15 years you started to get quite active.
Yeah.
And took on the role of Stephen Brown around about 15 years to this day that you first.
Okay.
What are your memories? Because I'm going to take you back
That's
in
a long
time.
time, yeah. A lot of weight change, I think.
You kind of went up and then back down.
yeah, thank God I went back down. I don't think I would have gotten any sets. Yeah, it was interesting. I think the trips that we took were more memorable.
So let's jog Ryan's memory now and take him back to the summer of 2006, where he auditioned for the part of Stephen Brown.
Is that a lever in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's called lady boner. A lady boner.
Yeah.
Okay. And action.
But you have a lever in your pocket.
That thing. It fell off this morning. It's not important, is it?
Not important. How did it fall off, as you so casually phrase it?
I have my jacket on it.
Well,
Why? What is it?
I mean, there's more sideburn than human.
Only the lever that allows your water to go into your bathtub. But if you broke it off this morning, well, if you pulled it down this morning, is that right? Pulled it down.
do you remember anything about the audition, or does it seem just another person?
Yeah, just another person. In fact, it's like any other episode that I've watched, and I can't remember acting in it. It's just some guy that happens to look a bit like me.
Did it feel like a blur at the time?
Yeah, it was just so much crammed in, wasn't there? 'Cause
Yeah.
I suppose it was Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. I don't miss those.
No.
I think because if I was just acting and I wanted to act, I would have maybe got more out of it. But because it was other things, I was like production stuff that I was getting involved with. They are more memorable to me than the acting part of it. The acting part of it, I just did it. I thought it'd be an easier way to escalate my role, so to speak, in Beacon. Because I started out as a camera operator, like anybody. I like, filming, but I kind of like the post. But you guys wouldn't let me get behind any of those, any of that footage, until I suppose had some kind of influence. And I thought that might just do it. It kind of worked.
You did also stuff on the Parsons as well. Now, when you edited that, I mean, it was. I think you edited it to try and make yourself laugh and make me laugh, and then it did. But it was the stuff that always sticks in my mind is Putt Putt Taxis with some awful woman singing in the background. I don't know where did you find that?
I don't know. I think it's Mozart, and then it's just I sped it up. Just because of copyright, I didn't want to.
I mean, it was very immature. I mean, we had like Sarah used to fart in nearly every episode. Pink.
Jurassic Park.
But was comedy more your? I mean, I know
No,
science. Yeah.
it's strange because I obviously it's not my go-to genre if I'm watching something, but if it's stuff I'm going to work on, I'll try and make me laugh. And usually the darker the better. That wasn't very dark. That was just silly, but it was still funny enough. But yeah, maybe it was just more funny because we knew the people who were on set. But yeah, I enjoyed doing it. I definitely enjoyed doing it. That's probably why I just wouldn't stop. Because I edited the first one in 24 hours.
Yeah, really quick. Yeah.
It's because I just couldn't leave it alone.
Stick with us, Ryan, on our Christmas show, because we're going to be joined by another guest now, and we've been a bit rude to Ryan by putting on his audition. So how about looking at another particular person's audition for Stephen Brown?
Okay, that's okay. Pretend. No, can you just stand normally as like a group? There you go.
So you always knew I was Stephen Brown?
Yes. I was programmed to find you. It's my sole criteria, my mission.
Well, I suppose I should feel flattered at being so important to have someone devote their life to me.
I am uncertain.
Ah, is that a flash of emotion I detect there? You're worried, aren't you?
I will not be self-destructing anytime soon, if that's what you think.
So, of course, that was a very young-looking Stewart James. Hello, Stu. Welcome to the show.
Aye.
You can say hello to Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey.
Now,
We haven't been sat here 5 minutes.
of course not. So Ryan cannot remember anything about his audition. What about you? Can you remember yours?
Nah, bits and pieces.
Now you've said in interviews before about when you first took the role on, because you didn't know anything about acting.
Yeah.
You could lose yourself in the part because your Stephen Brown, had lost his memory as well. So as he built up.
Yeah. So all that bumbling about, that was all great acting.
Yeah. Method acting.
Yeah.
But as the series went on, I mean, you both did 4 years. I mean, your last year you did as a like we had to twist your arm behind your back to do the 4th year, while we found a Stephen Brown. But did you feel that you did get better and more confident with the part and it changed?
Yeah, once you know what you're doing,
Hmm.
you know what you're doing. But at the beginning, you're like, well, how am I supposed to be someone else, and how would they react to this and that, and would I really say that? Well, I don't know. And then after a while, you can be like, oh no, he wouldn't say that, or this is how you do it, and you just roll into it.
Do you think you got much? I mean, this is both of you actually. Do you both think you got much direction from us, me and Chris, and people like that, of how to play the part? Or do you think you're like, away you go, there's your lines, go and do it?
Kind of that. I think you just basically, because you try and model after the previous one, so I had Chris and,
Yeah.
you know,
He had you.
unfortunately Stu had me. So it's just, yeah, you
But you tried to be different, right?
I tried to be different,
Yeah.
I just ended up being more wooden.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really work. I think what made my character only slightly interesting was because he had powers, but that was about it. And I had to insist that you put that in on that character, because I didn't think I added anything else to it.
But it's strange because certain people, like if you speak, like Will Gammon,
Yeah.
for example, he joined when you were playing Stephen Brown. You're his Stephen Brown. He thinks you're the best one, and he remembers. And like
That's
Matt
very
Hampton,
nice.
Matt Hampton always says he loves the way you play the part. He just likes that magic stuff. But you talk to people who come in with Stu, they'll go and say, in general, will always say like you, Matt, say.
See, the first one I watched was Chris Wilkes, and so for me, it's always been Chris.
Yeah, yeah. So there is something about that as well. But I think
nothing
you
to
obviously
do with
brought.
era. That was just the first.
And that's all I saw on TV and stuff, and like, yeah, it was Chris.
Yeah.
Because he played it so long, it was almost like that was Stephen Brown.
And that's really
And
difficult to
that's
follow.
how I wanted to do it. I wanted to, because he was a bit eccentric, and I wanted to just go real weird with it.
Yeah.
So that's what we tried to do.
And you definitely did go weird.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you had to be different from Ryan. Ryan was like straight laced with magic. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be a weird guy. Fun.
And that last, I thought you did, because I thought you did the real serious, you did the funny stuff really well, but some of the serious stuff you did. And then at the end, I don't know if you can remember, but the last filming day, we were both there, but the studio was crammed full, and you had these massively long, intense speeches to do, where you suddenly had all this power, and you didn't know how to unleash it, and so on.
Yeah, it kind of rings a bell.
But does that feel like, do you think you gained a lot of confidence, self-confidence playing the part? Because you wouldn't have been able to do that.
The longer you do anything, the better you get at it, and then you're, oh yeah, I could read these lines off, and like I say, I could act like this person's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you get worse?
Jaded, you could become quite jaded with it, or
oh yeah.
or fat. Yeah, you didn't become fat. Fat. No, just like more cuddly.
Well, I had to upgrade the ship halfway through to accommodate it.
It
started bulging in the middle.
It is actually ironic that when you stopped playing the part, we went to a much bigger studio.
Yeah, it was in that
thanks for
tiny
that.
garage.
I don't know if you remember, but in here, when we first, so Stu had his Venture was quite big,
Yeah.
but the first filming date was almost 10 years ago. This studio's 10 years this month, and we all, like John was there on sound, I was there camera, there was Stu, Catherine and Chris, and we all found ourselves huddled, still acting. We forgot, we can move over there, but we just were so ingrained in this small space.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to do his final year, but he did.
Yeah.
You were happy carrying on. Would you, if there'd been more series after that, would you have carried on, or would you go, no, I'm done?
It was getting a bit much to do 4 years every Sunday, because there were times when a few of the main cast were just like, oh, not today.
Yeah, yeah.
If you were to say, right, I'm going to write a standalone, non-canon Stephen Brown story where you bring everyone in and we just, yeah, I'd do that.
It's weird. I think the show ran, because a couple of people have said to me, would you bring it back? And I just don't see how it could come back, because it was just a quirk of its time. There was a load of us, it was people weren't married, didn't have kids, they were of an age where they could give up all this time. And I look at it now thinking, how the hell do we do as much? We did too much, I think, but it was trying to keep the club momentum going.
I think it was established,
yeah,
like you say, with the few people that could do it, and then anyone who new came in was like, oh, this is the standard, so you meet the standard.
I think there'd be
yeah, to
people
do
to
it
act in
now-
it. You'd need 10, 15 people for the scripts, the costumes, the sets, the graphics. And I think if you had 10, 15 people who didn't have families, who were that age, who could put the time to it, then yeah, I think it would be great to do, and it'd be. But it's just, it's so, I mean, we do 80 Degrees, we do 7 episodes a year, we do other stuff, and that's time consuming enough.
Yeah.
Like, how? I just don't know.
You'd have to make it all about Stephen Brown. You couldn't
Yeah.
do anything else if you wanted to keep that sort of momentum going, or at least revive it completely. Because I don't know how
what we
anyone.
did, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just,
When did we do Ninth Man? Was that like in between?
Yeah, we were doing. I mean, that was
That
dark
was
as
in
well.
place of Doorstop. Or...
Doorstops, yeah. And also we did the first series of Ninth Man. We eased back on Stephen Brown a bit to give it time. But again, I think Ninth Man suffered because Stephen Brown just took over.
You got to put
so
everything
much.
into
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No amateur club makes a sci-fi.
No.
And they're probably for that reason, because it's just, they're too intense. But I think it was pulled off really well.
Yeah, I'm just really proud of them still. I mean, some of you think, oh God.
I don't know, if you're going to do low budget, sci-fi is a good one because you can really lead into the
Yeah,
fact
well,
it's
you
low
can't. You have to
budget.
give much context.
Yeah.
Do you?
That's it.
So what was it like for you watching him take over the part? Were you like, oh, that's my series?
Massively relieved. Well, I was, because no one was coming forward and
No.
wanted it. So yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for that.
that's true. Yeah, it felt like I was chosen, was it? I say like I auditioned, but I didn't.
Well, I had the same
It was
thing.
just me.
No one else.
Yeah.
Well, one other person went for it, but yeah.
What do you think Beacon should do, like, for future projects? Where do you think? Because I quite like the smaller project. I like the fact that this mammoth project that we did has given time to do other things, but it's tricky to know what would you be interested in doing? What sort of, for both of you, what do you think?
I like the ideas you've come up with. Is it 80 Degrees?
Mm.
Yeah, 80 Degrees, because you've got standalone stories.
Yeah.
And they don't have to follow through, or they can. And I like the humour you can bring to it.
Right, so it's Christmas, so I thought for a bit of what have you two got planned for Christmas, by the way? Because we're right near on it.
No, I'm going to go with my parents' house. That's it.
Yeah.
Never
Traditional
spend Christmas. Never spend Christmas with them. I'm going to do it this year.
That's nice.
See what happens.
Yeah. See if you can survive the day. What about you, Ryan?
Just go to my sister's, and then partner's mum and dad in the evening.
I mean, Lincoln's too young to understand it for the next
He
year.
won't
or two,
understand. We've got him a few gifts, but
Yeah.
he won't get what they are. He'll be looking at the light still.
Yeah.
Playing with the boxes.
Yeah, the boxes, that's what they do. So talking of boxes, here we're going to have a bit of a game here,
Nice
Christmas
slide
themed. Yeah. So which one of you wants to choose? Well, look, that's green, so you might as well have the green one. You might have the red one. Okay, so in there, so we start with Ryan on stew. So inside, you can take the. But you're looking like.
Well, I just didn't know if there was.
What it is.
So don't let each other see the bits of paper. But you've got there 11 different Christmas-themed words.
Okay.
And you've got to, Ryan, to Stu, you've got to describe them without saying what the word is and see if he gets them. And we'll.
I don't speak at all.
Yeah.
I do talk.
Yeah, you're going to have. Yeah, you
I
don't have to
describe,
mind.
don't act or anything.
Yeah,
We've got to do all of these.
Well, I'm
you
going to give you a
scoring
minute.
it.
I'm going to give you a
Okay.
minute. So here we go. So we'll start from now.
A trio of smart dudes.
3 wise men.
Very good. Very good.
Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Alright.
Are these my points or his?
Yeah, you're going to get the points, but that's a very good description.
Yeah, see,
The
I've
fat-
been penalised for
A
this.
fat guy rides it.
Slay.
Yeah.
Good.
A wrapped up oink.
Pig in a blanket.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I'm impressed with these.
I'm not.
We've got about another 5 seconds, so just get
Oh, get the last one. Go.
Well, that is. Can I just?
Yeah, go
skip
for the
that
next one.
one? Ho ho ho.
Well, I'm supposed to guess what that is. Santa's
Yeah.
saying.
What you said, Santa.
Oh,
Santa
yeah.
Claus.
Okay, well, you got 4. Can I just see
Okay,
the 2
right.
you didn't know what they were?
I knew what they are. I just didn't know.
Away in a manger.
Yeah.
Slade? Oh,
Slade.
okay.
Oh, yeah, because it's Merry.
That would have been hard.
Okay. Well, very good, right? You got 4 points there. So excellent. Okay,
Well
right.
done, well
So
done.
Stu, we'll
Good
go
round
with you
number.
now.
Yeah.
Stu's time begins now.
White stuff.
Snow.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, she banged Eminem.
Allegedly,
She-
Mariah Carey.
Get that one. Green balls
balls. Oh, green balls.
that you eat.
Oh, Brussels sprouts. There you go.
Banged.
Oh my god. One of the things that the wise men bought, it ain't gold.
Frankincense.
Yeah, that's the one. Batman smells.
Jingle bell.
Yeah. Not chicken.
Turkey.
Yeah. Red nose and a rainbow.
Reindeer.
No.
Oh, Rudolph.
Yeah, that's the one. After Christmas.
Boxing Day.
And we've run out of time. Well, okay.
No, I got
Go on.
one more.
Go on, what did you want to
No, it's fine.
What is
do?
it?
It was cards, the last one. Well, I didn't start.
So Ryan got 4, but Stu, that was 7 points. So very good. But this Christmas, I don't think we have a winner or a loser.
But we did!
So final question, Stu, have you got any resolutions for the new year? Anything you want to do?
Well, I went sober this year, so I guess I'll try and top that somehow.
You, Ryan?
Lose more weight, so I get in a suit.
Buy a bigger suit.
It's already bought as what it is.
What suit is this?
For my wedding on the 5th of January.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
the
know
5th
that
of
'cause
January.
I'm invited.
Yeah, I should have remembered that.
No, it's only a
It's not-
registry office. It's not like a big wedding.
So the 5th of January. I
We're
didn't
getting
realise
married
that's-
again in 2 years' time. But
To what? To other people or just?
So you just-
that's in Titchfield.
No, no.
I have 200
You,
people.
are you getting
You're just getting
married
it done
to
and
each other
then-
again in 2
yeah,
years'
yeah.
time, or you
We're
can marry other
getting
people?
ceremony in 2 years' time. Just marry other people, yeah. And then but no, 5th of January. We decided only like a few weeks ago just to do it.
Oh, well, congratulations, Ryan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
it's in a registry office. It's not anything glamorous, but yeah.
Gets the tax done, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Not that we'll get anything.
Oh,
but yeah.
Stu, romance into
Well, you get
everything.
the tax back. Well, that's what I would do. I'd go to the registry office and then I'd do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Jiggle.
Is it?
So I wouldn't have someone to properly officiate it or anything. I'd just choose a friend that I like and whatever.
So I'd like to say a big thank you to my guests, to Ryan Brady and to Stewart James, and wish you both a very Merry Christmas. I'm going to go and see what Christmas tree that Jacob has discovered and give you two time to get into your costumes, because of course you know about the special dance you're going to be doing at the end of the show. We've got a lot of Beacon members who are going to be taking part in this very special dance. They're looking a bit shocked.
We were fully informed. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you two for the moment. I'm just going to go and see what Jacob has brought us for the studio. He's a bit late. Jacob.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, well, you've missed the entire show.
What?
Stu and Ryan are here already, but
What? Where are you off getting the tree?
I know, I can't wait to see this tree. So, where is it?
There.
What is that?
It's a tree.
Oh, but it's tiny.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Close.
Okay, Merry Christmas, Jacob.
Merry Christmas.
Let's have a little dance, shall we? Jacob, what do you have? That tree's crap.